Hi everybody, it's me, your girl Epiphany, Tanya. I'm here, I'm back again, and you know what to do. Let's do that thing that you know to do. Hit the subscribe, like, comment, share this video. So, today, my friends, I am here to talk about why Trump is the best choice. So I'm going to help you guys out. So I did a video a little while back, probably like a week ago now, where I was talking about different reasons for Trump. And I listed maybe about 17 things. Well, today I opened up an article that gave me about 272 more items. So, yes, 272 items. And not only that, we know that, like you said, 47 months of presidency, 3 years, but really, he did a lot of this stuff in 20 months. Isn't that something worth notating? Somebody should 20 months. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So I'm going to read you a little bit of this article. So it says Trump's list, 289 accomplishments in just 20 months, relentless promise keeping. I don't know what news channel you're watching. I don't know where you're getting your information. I have 289 accomplishments, okay? So let's get into it. So it says the Trump administration, often overlooked list of accomplishments, has surpassed those of former President Ronald Reagan at this time and more than doubled since the last tally. After his first year in office, you have to recognize it. I'm going to switch off of this for a minute and recognize that after his first year in office, they did a tally. So this has more than doubled since then, since his first year in office. So let's get into it. And if you go back to that video, more reasons for Trump, then you would see my list, my original list that I had. But I think the reason why I only had about 17 items or so was because a lot of things I think I combined, right? They all fell under one category in my mind. But when you break them down a little bit more detailed, then you'll see. But even my list, like this list pales in comparison to it. Okay, so it says, it gives President Trump a solid platform to run for re-election. As Trump nears the 2-year mark, right, of his historic election and conducts political rallies around the country, during which he talks up his wins and hopes he will energize Republican voters, the administration has counted up 289 accomplishments, people, in 18 categories, capped by the confirmation of Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. They include 173 major wins, such as adding more than 4 million jobs, another 116 smaller victories, some with outsized importance, such as the 83% one-year increase in arrests of MS-13 gang members. Now, I talked about this on the other video, that him building the border wall. So I kind of put those two together, but really the wall is another issue, because the wall is one strategy of how to deal with the flow of criminals, crimes, guns, sex trafficking, everything that's flowing through that Mexican border, right? But even without the wall being fully built, here it is that he still has accomplished, with the help of the Border Patrol. And I think they even included, and some of this I'm just remembering from other news reports, that they included some military assistance for those Border Patrol, because they were totally overworked, right? So I think it was a round table he had with the Border Patrol where they were really saying how serious the issue was at the border, and that people, they weren't the mainstream media is not going to tell you about it. So people don't really understand how dire it is at that border. So anyway, I'm going to proceed. Trump's successes in reducing the cost of taxes and regulations, rebuilding our military. Now we go back to that issue of taxes. You know that's my original video that I did on Be Like Water Media, my first video with them. I talked about the fact that he has cut all these taxes and it's helped the everyday entrepreneur, small business person. He's really opening up the doors for anyone to start a business right now, or, before this pandemic hit for sure. But even now, there are so many people that are still prospering and still flourishing in spite of the pandemic because of how open and free the market is right now. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to the article. So he has the successes of reducing the taxes and the regulations. He's rebuilding our military. So that was one I didn't get in my other video about the military, how he's rebuilt the military, and I believe the VA hospital. So those, you can see those as two different things, but they are related. He's avoided wars of choice, right? Remember when he first came into office, they were telling us that he was going to take the country to war. He's actually created more peace deals than probably any other president I know of. Okay, let's keep going. He's avoided wars of choice. He's changing the courts, rival those of all previous Republican presidents, said Grover Norquist, president of Americans for Tax Reform. This article is just this is just the best I've ever read right now. Okay, anyway, outside of the Bible, that's the best I've ever read is the Bible itself, but this is pretty exciting. Okay. Trump has an advantage over Ronald Reagan. He has a Reagan Republican House and Senate, while Reagan had a Democratic Speaker, Tip O'Neill House, and a pre-Reagan Republican Senate. Reagan and former GOP Speaker Newt Gingrich were the icebreakers that allowed Trump's victories to grow in number and significance, he added. Unlike the year one list, which included many proposals and orders still to be acted on, the new collection, so you got to figure that first list was from year one, and then all these other accomplishments, which were added, now they are actually, first year was promises, and everything after that first year now have been his accomplishments. And that's what they said, 20 months. Can you imagine doing all this stuff in 20 months? Okay, I digress. Let me go back to this. So including many proposals, orders to be acted on, the new collection includes dozens of actions already in place, signed legislation, and enforced executive orders. For example, while the year one list bragged about the administration's efforts to rewrite the much maligned NAFTA trade deal with Canada and Mexico, the year two list said negotiated an historic U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement to replace NAFTA. My God. So year one, actually, it was 81 was the number, major Trump achievements, and then 11 Obama legacy items were repealed, which I'm gonna try to keep my opinions about that former administration to myself right now. Okay, moving on. Shockingly, the NAFTA achievement is presented as a sidebar to the larger achievement that reads, President Trump is negotiating and renegotiating better trade deals, achieving free, fair, and reciprocal trade for the United States. I don't think you guys really understand what that means for us. Again, he's opening doors and making prosperity possible for more people. And this is why the mainstream media hate him, because he's leveling the playing field and they want the elite to stay the elite, the rich to stay the rich, and the poor to stay the poor. In case you can't figure this out by now, I hope your eyes are beginning to open and you go and do your research for yourself and you can figure this all out. Now, where was I at? Under the umbrella are 8 trade deals cut with Japan, South Korea, Europe, and China. And I'm sure that was way before China did this horrible thing, right? Because again, this was in the 20 months after his first year. So this is before, this is like pre-pandemic. President Trump is a truly unique leader in American history. He's a kid from the Queens who became an international business leader and made billions by getting things when no one said he could, said a Trump campaign poster, John McLaughlin, I think is how you pronounce it. They told him he couldn't be the president and beat the establishment, and he did. This is why I relate to this man so much. I had so many people in my life tell me what I couldn't do. I can't do this, and I would never amount to anything. I had people say that in my life. And this is a kid from the inner city who went on to get master's degrees, bachelor's in psychology, master's in school of mental health counseling, wrote several books now, ran a successful business. Worked in the mental health counseling, therapy, psychotherapy field for 8 years. Had plenty of people come and say, I changed and saved their life, and I saved their child's life. I can relate to people saying what you can't do, and that just making you all the more determined to do it. I love when people say I can't do something, because I'm going to show you. And that's Trump right there. They told him he would never be president. I didn't even know this. I didn't even know that they told him he would never be president. So for 2 years, the establishment is telling him he can't do things in Washington, and he's succeeding in spite of them. Oh, Jesus, my God. If you're not inspired yet, I don't know what to tell you. Okay. He never retreats. He doesn't back up. He's relentless. He just wins, he added. Comparing the 2 years shows that the latest has an expanded group of economic achievements, while the pro-life category was folded into the healthcare section. Okay, because a lot of times like they are lumping it under each other, because when they're making you pay taxes and your taxes are going towards people getting abortions, that does fall under healthcare, because they're requiring certain places to have to support abortion. Because they're considering it, they're packaging it under it's a woman's health, right? That's a health thing, and it's not. That's, again, I thought it was your choice. So how is it a health? That's like elective surgery. That's like you're choosing to go do that. Why is that? Why do all of us have to pay for that? So anyway, I digress again. So, but I'm going to have to come back on this list. But it just goes on and on. You guys can go read this article for yourself. I don't want to make this video too long, but 289 accomplishments in less than the 47 months, in less than 3 years, this man has done in this. They're calling him, this is like historic, epic, one of the greatest presidents ever. And see, for most of you, if you watch this and you've never heard these things before, you can't understand what I'm talking about. I'm probably like an alien to you right now. But this is the lengths and the depths that the mainstream left-wing media will go to cover up. And you won't hear these things on the regular news, because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the truth, because again, they have an agenda. They have a serious, I'm talking about deep pocket seed agenda. So anywho, this is Epiphany Tanya. This is my video about why Trump is the clear winner in this whole thing. He's just winning. It's like all he does is win, 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 win. You might as well just put that song as he should make that like his campaign song. He should have that like every time he come out. I don't know. They probably, the people that made that song, they might be Democrats. So then they'll be mad that he used that song and all this stuff. So, but man, that song is so fitting of him. All he does is win, man. And so I just want to it's like you just want to rub the shoulder so that you can get some of that winning on you. You just want to get some of that winning on you instead of hating on him and all this evil. I just don't understand the hatred. Like, you guys, you miss me with all that. It's just the saying, miss me with that. So anyway, so God bless you. I just wanted to share that. What do you guys think? What do you think about this great list of accomplishments? Let me tell you about the article. It can be found in the Washington Examiner. So you go washingtonexaminer.com. They did the article there. You can go research it, read it for yourself, read all the lists of accomplishments. But what do you guys think about that? What do you think about Trump's list of accomplishment, 289 things? They're executive orders. So for all the people that say, oh, it's not facts, oh, it's just made up, you don't have any facts to go with that, go read it for yourself. These things are documented. They're all documented things, so you can easily look them up. I don't understand when people want to argue with you over facts. It's facts, people. Accept it. Get over it. Because you caught up on perceived, created, narrated personality, right? You have a personal narrative that's been constructed. There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Narrative that has been constructed, and you have fallen for it, and you're mad about it. You've let your emotions get the best of you, because the people who are invested in making sure that Donald Trump is not reelected, they have deep pockets and they have a lot of money riding on the fact of him not being in office. I have to come back and do another video about that. Why does the left-wing media hate him so much? Well, they're invested. They have a lot of money in the pot, and they bet against Donald Trump and they lost because he won. He won the last election. So now they're betting against him again, and now they're kind of really willing to go to new lows in order to not lose again. So you put two and two together on that one for yourself. But anyway, this is your girl, Epiphany Tanya. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing to the videos. Make sure you go and get any of my books. I have books on Amazon.com/author/LaTanya's Epiphany. I have t-shirts on Teespring. We have the Red Republic. We have Miss Sidewalk Rose. Go check them out. Go support this channel. If you want to give, you want to support this channel, then all the information is down in the description. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Peace.